Hey, Boggy Creekers, it's me, Kimmy. Today, at Catching Up on the Creek, we've got somebody really special that we're going to be talking with. As we celebrate our everyday heroes, there's definitely one that comes to mind. Gosh, looks like we're in somebody's kitchen. I wonder, who's in that kitchen? Oh, Kevin! Hey, Kevin! Hi! Oh, wow, ladies and gentlemen, it's our very own Kevin, our kitchen manager of our dining hall. Hey, Kevin.
How are you, Kimmy? Good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you too, Kevin. And in your kitchen, no doubt, huh?
Yeah, this is my kitchen. This is where I practice all those lovely recipes that we get to make up at camp. So,
Awesome. Well, Kevin, welcome to our Boggy Creek segment called Catching Up at the Creek. You are our first guest today as we celebrate Beyond the Gates with all of our campers and families. And I know that I speak on behalf of all of them to say, we really miss you and your whole team. So we're excited to talk to you today, Kevin.
yeah, I miss camp very much too, and I miss seeing all of the campers and their families and the staff up there too. I mean, we're all part of each other's, a big part of each other's life, and it's a part that's missing right now. But hopefully, we'll get it back soon.
That's right, and here we are, so we're excited. So Kevin, I just have some questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so Kevin, tell us about your role at Camp Boggy Creek in our dining hall.
Okay, so I run the dining hall, so which means I prepare menus and we do all the ordering and prepare all the meals for everybody. It's over 1,000 meals on a family weekend, if everybody remembers. And then during the summer, it's closer to 5,000 for a whole summer week. So lots of meals get pushed through that kitchen. So it's a lot of ordering, a lot of making sure I got enough of everything and all the things that go with it. So and just to keep everything clean and keep people scheduled and hired, and it's a big job, but it's a job I do from my heart.
Oh, that's so nice, Kevin. Kevin, how long have you been a member of our Boggy Creek family?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because the first week of April would have been exactly 6 years that I've been there. So the last family weekend 6 years ago was my first weekend, and lots of fun. So six years have gone by so fast.
So fast, Kevin. That's right. Kevin, tell us about the very first time you came to Boggy Creek. What do you remember?
Well, I came up actually, it was an interview. I came up with my boss, and we met with Dave Mann and a couple other of the staff members up there. And it was kind of an interview process, but it was also, I was to see kind of what camp was doing, what my expectation would be. And they were like feeling, getting to know me and stuff. And by the end of that meeting, Dave kind of said, so when you start up here, so he kind of hired me on the spot, so to speak, just because we meshed really well. And it was a great place to be.
And so much of being at camp is the feeling and the connection between people. So, that's really special, Kevin. Thanks for sharing that with us. Tell everybody at home about why you love working at Boggy Creek and what's some of your favorite parts about your job at camp and how you're a member of our family.
Right. I mean, it's rewarding to see everybody enjoy themselves at camp. As you know, the dining hall experience is an experience. It's not just eating. It's seeing everybody come in with their cheers and seeing all the camaraderie and the interaction between campers and their pals and watching those people develop and grow and enjoy themselves. It's very heartwarming to see all that. It's also interesting to see, like I said, to watch people grow, to see some of the staff members or the campers become staff members. Yeah. And then the staff members become doctors, as we know, and to grow. So it's a great place to be.
Yeah. Kevin, are there any of the traditions from camp that you've brought into your own home?
Well, it's interesting you say that. we sing some of the songs. They get caught in your head and you start humming them. And my daughter's been to camp and my son's been to camp, and they'll all know the songs too. So it's funny. We'll all of a sudden find ourselves singing Tom the Toad or Camp Boggy Creek, How Do You Feel? And we're all doing everything together. So it's great. It's great. So.
Man, I'm glad I'm not the only one singing camp songs in my kitchen too, Kevin. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Kevin, I wanted to next talk to you about, you said that in the summertime, it's like 5,000 meals. So I want to ask you a few questions that are really specific to the kitchen.
Sure.
So first, talk to us about your team that you work with.
Well, one of the key members of my team is Chef Julian. Julian grew up in camp. He was there earlier in life when he was younger, and he's come back once he's got his culinary degree. And he really embraces camp and exactly puts a lot of love into that food, which is true. Miss Janine, who I dearly, dearly miss. Miss Janine has been at camp, as we all know, forever, it seems. And I think she came with the camp as they were building it. But she's such a part of everybody's life up at camp. And so many people come in, and the first person they want to see is Miss Janine. And then I miss Miss Jenna. Jenna's been, she was a camper mom. She was part of a camper family, and then she volunteered, and now she works with us in the kitchen, and we do miss Miss Jenna also. So yeah, big shout out to all three of them. So
big shout out to everybody on the team. And I know you always have a lot of volunteers that come in and out of your kitchen too. So huge shout out to all those volunteers who come and support our kitchen and making our bellies full. So, okay, Kevin, down to some nitty gritty. I got some notes here. So
okay. I'm ready.
The people want to know, all the Boggy Creekers out there, they want to know, in one summer, how many cartons of the best juice, Mango Tango, do we use?
So you got to figure we use 32 cartons of juice every single meal. We do Mango Tango about 3 times a week. So if you multiply 3 times a week times 32 cartons times 8 weeks, that's 768 cartons of Mango Tango or 334 gallons. That's a lot of Mango Tango.
That is a lot of Mango Tango, but what's crazy is that we never seem to have enough, Everybody wants the Mango Tango,
Yep.
Okay, well, let's see, Kevin, what do you think is the favorite meal for our campers when they come to camp, at family camp and in the summertime?
So summer favorite meal for summertime, obviously, and it's a hands down, got to be chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese day. We do sneak that cauliflower in on the macaroni and cheese if you don't remember. Don't tell anybody. But it's a favorite meal of all campers. And we usually go through, you ready?
I'm ready.
40 and 160 pounds of chicken nuggets. That's a lot of chicken nuggets.
160 pounds of chicken nuggets. That's a lot of poundage. That's a lot of tendies, like the kids like to say. Wow. Okay.
It is. During the family weekend, I really enjoyed the family cookout on Saturday afternoon. The meal is great. Everybody has a beautiful choice. But what I think I like most about it is I get to stand out on the porch and kind of interact with everybody and see what people eat and make little jokes. And they'll be like, they'll be putting beans on their hot dogs, or they, put a hot dog on top of a burger, whatever it is. It's just always unique to see everybody and get their food on how they like to have it.
Yeah.
And just the interaction's been great.
Yeah, a whole lot of it.
Yep.
The people want to know, what exactly is the secret to your chocolate chip cookies, Kevin?
I got 2 answers for that. The first one is butter, lots of butter. And the second one is love. It's love. Miss Janine actually cooks all those for us. And you know how Miss Janine is. She loves to bake. And she puts a little bit of love in every single one of those cookies.
Yeah. I like to think that Janine just sprinkles a little bit of love on everything. Just whatever comes out of the kitchen, a lot of love.
She does.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we couldn't talk about the kitchen without talking about spaghetti night, Kevin. So what are the hot tips on spaghetti night as we get ready for Silly Olympics and get ready to get messy with no utensils?
Right. So spaghetti night. We cook between 35 and 40 pounds of spaghetti, which might not sound like a lot. Normally, everybody buys a pound box at the store. So you got to figure we got 40 of those. We get in a bigger case. But if you multiply, once cooked spaghetti starts, it multiplies by 3. So if we cook 40 pounds of spaghetti, that's 120 pounds of cooked spaghetti. That's more than most of the campers weigh.
That is most than more of the campers weigh. Yes. Yes. Very good. Good note there, Kevin. Yes. Wow. That is a lot of spaghetti.
And on top of it, if we're doing Silly Olympics,
yes,
another 40 pounds for this the spaghetti slip and slide.
Yes, for the carbohydrate roll. Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Got that.
That's a lot. Okay, now Kevin, we've talked a lot about the favorite meals at camp, but when you're at home in your kitchen, what's your favorite meal to cook for your family?
Oh, I love to cook everything. I love to cook steaks, but one of my favorite meals, and we just had it last week, I think I sent you a picture of it, is we made a beautiful lasagna. And we start from scratch and boiling noodles and cooking the sauce and mixing the cheese and stuff. That's always, and it's a family event. It's not just a single cooking event. It's like everybody has to help do that one. So,
yeah, that's really special, Kevin. Yeah. Okay, well, Kevin, gosh, you're not off the hook just yet. I have a few more questions. So we're going to end our segment with some rapid fire questions. Are you ready, Kevin?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. What was your first job ever?
Ooh, actually, I was a lawn maintenance guy in a cemetery.
Okay. What's your favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert, chocolate cake.
Do you have any pets?
We do. We have little Simba. Simba is now 14 years old, so he's not so little anymore. Moving a little slower, but he's still hanging in there.
When you were a kid, Kevin, what kind of animal did you wish you had as a pet?
I always wish I had a dolphin, believe it or not. Now, I live nowhere near the ocean, but I always wanted a pet dolphin.
Here's to having a pet dolphin. That's right. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Sunrise or sunset?
I've seen them both all over the world, and nothing beats a good sunrise on the beach.
Awesome. Kevin, do you have any hidden talents?
Actually, if you look on your computer, you see all those keys off to the right with the numbers 1 through 9?
Yeah, I can see them.
That's called the 10 key. So I can 10 key a whole list of numbers with 99.9% accuracy from top to bottom in about 2 to 3 minutes.
Whoa, 10 key. I'm going to Google that when we're done here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tell us about something that you've learned in the last 2 weeks.
I learned to cook a lot of different things. I learned how to clean a garage from top to bottom and totally organize it. So we've been real busy here and doing lots of fun stuff.
Awesome. Kevin, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I would want to fly, just so I can get from point A to point B a little faster, and just to see the view. I love the view from up there.
Okay, Kevin, here's a tricky one. Tom the Toad or The Cat Came Back?
Well, I love both of those songs, and I love it when Mr. Bill's crying when they sing Tom the Toad. But there's one special person at camp who sings When the Cat Came Back, and that would be you. And when you sing that song, I just really warms my heart.
Awesome. Okay, Kevin, last one. Shooting Star or Stars in the Sky?
Again, both very, very nice songs. Both bring a tear to my eye, but probably Shooting Star.
Awesome. Well, gosh, Kevin, on behalf of all of the members of the Camp Boggy Creek family, I just want to say thank you so much for letting us into your kitchen today at home and continuing to stay connected with us as we go beyond the gates this summer. We look forward to catching up at the creek with you when it's time. But until the next time, we just want to remind everybody at home to stay safe, stay respected, and say it with me, Kevin, to stay loved. Thanks, Kevin. We'll
Bye,
see you
guys.
later.